I'm Sunny, and like my friend mentioned, this last week Figma pushed an update. It's quite a big update. A lot of things has happened in this new version, and I want to talk about some of them, not all of them. That would be too long. Also, it's very new. We ourselves are not really familiar with everything that's happening. So I want to talk about themes, layout, and dev mode. Themes is a new and kind of revolutionary way to look at how libraries work and how you create libraries. We talked about the fact that you need to create a library file instead of like an asset page, so you can make sure that you don't duplicate your assets, and you can just take the asset from the file and push it anywhere inside your project. And it helps, of course, with the fact that you can just update and change the component in one place and have it fixed everywhere else. So it helps with consistency. Here, what Figma has done is it actually creates variables. So the way you do is similar to how you create styles inside of Figma, if you're familiar with that. It works on the right panel. You can create different variables, and as you can see, you can create themes. So if you are using one theme inside of one page, inside of one frame, if you change and take an asset from one page to another, it will actually kind of automatically change it, but if it doesn't, and you can just use the layer part, it's on the right panel, and just click on it yourself. It's much more efficient, much faster, and it's like really makes it far more easy to create a very consistent and very effective work. The next one is AutoLayout. It's actually kind of one of my favorites in this work, in this version. As you can see now, you can just create a frame and make it wrap around the frame, and then you can make it scalable. So the frame itself, if you make it shorter, it won't like hide some of your components on your asset, but it will actually take it lower, so it will make it more scalable, more flexible. And something else that this wrap function has is minimum and maximum. So instead of like cramping all of your assets here, you can actually set a minimum so it won't get smaller than that, and you can set maximum so it won't get larger than that. How this helps you in your design is that you won't stretch it infinitely. Like you can't just stretch it as far as you want and make your, for example, your picture like this big, and then you can't basically use it. But if you send this to the developers, they don't know that how big or how small this can get, so they will ruin your design. The next one is the dev mode. This is basically and mostly for the developers, and it's like amazing how it works and what it does. There are many functions packed inside of this. I can't talk about all of it. Like I said, we kind of picked the ones that we understood, and we brought it here. You can, first of all, copy your code now. So you can copy CSS, Swift UI, and your Android code right from Figma, so you don't need to create every little detail. You can hover and click on different components, and they will actually show the measurements, the scales, the specs, and literally everything you need to create your design. Another option that it has is actually this one that's showing right here. You can communicate with the designers much more efficiently. How it works here is when you open this part, It actually shows you how far in the development process the developers are or the designers are, so you can both just without talking, without having to go to the designer, to the developer to talk about this project, you can easily see where they are. And if you want to make a change, for example, if you want to mention something, you can actually know when you can talk about this. So if they have already worked on it, you will know that you have to mention this part fast. Another option that this dev mode has is the compare changes part. How it works is you can actually compare the file frame by frame. So now it's not versions. You don't have to go through everything in the versions panel inside of the Figma. The whole page is there, so you can't really decide on small changes. But here you can actually look at one frame and see if it has changes or not. And if it has changes, you can work on it. Or the edit button is there. You can actually see that it has been edited. You don't still need to actually look at it, like go through every component to see if it has changed. You just can see if it's been edited or not. Thank you, everyone. This was all. I hope you have enjoyed it. We're very happy to be here. It was a very great experience. If you have any questions, we'll be happy to answer. Thank you.